Hello, this is Battalion, and we are back with another episode of Skyblock. Don't do that. Alrighty, and this episode we're going to be building up the mob farm. We are going to be attempting to build up said mob farm, however I'm not sure how well it's going to work out, because as you may or may not know, I have no idea what I'm doing. As you may have realized by the fact that we have no oak trees and instead have spruce trees. Alright, regardless, I'm going to make this like 20 blocks high, so that's one. This is going to be the second one too. Might just speed this up so y'all don't have to like listen to me count as I'm just stacking up a bunch of blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. It's at this point I realized it's fairly unlikely a mob is just going to walk into like a 1-by-1 shoot. So if we can utilize like trapdoors, that's going to be a bit more likely. However, in order to do that, we are also going to need to make this thing a little bit bigger. And with that being the case, I'm definitely going to need a bit more cobblestone. Alrighty, so while I'm doing all this, I'm going to explain my main plan for the mob farm. Which actually, in hindsight, what I'm going to do is, let's see. I'm gonna, like, off camera explain what my master plan is. And I'm probably going to just play that over the me mining this as well as me building that thing. Because I somehow doubt you guys want to hear me be like 1 row, 2 rows, just being like the count from Sesame Street. My plan for constructing this mob farm involves having a 2-by-2 space for the mobs to fall down into, and putting trapdoors at the very top of it so that anything that spawns in there will be under the impression it can just walk by. I'm making it 20 blocks high. Hopefully this is going to be enough to kill most things, or at least get them low enough, and if not, there's going to be a slit at the bottom so that I can just hack them to death with my sword. Now the top part of this is just going to be a very large dark box. However, I am planning on having some like raised platforms or maybe some water to just help push the mobs in the right direction. Alright, we have 2 stacks now plus nothing, just some slabs. However, hopefully that's going to be enough. Oh, another tree grew. Also, it looks like our beets are just about fully grown over there. Alright, this is like the one downside of spruce trees. They're a tad more difficult to chop down. I suppose you also have that problem like occasionally with oaks whenever you get like a stupidly big tree. Ah yes, beets. Just out of like a morbid curiosity, how many of these does it take to make soup? More than 1. Root. How do you even make beetroot soup? How do you... You know what? I'll figure it out eventually. I have a bowl. I have a beetroot. So logically, I should be able to make soup. However, unfortunately, that does not appear to be the case. Also, many more trees. Emergency sapling, because we learn our lessons here. What I might eventually try and do, it's going to be a little bit risky, but using water or something, I want to go under this level, harvest all this dirt, and then use everything we have to just redo the tree farm entirely so it's much more efficient. Alrighty. Now to hand... We need to, like... I suppose we don't need to, like, break down this entire thing, though. I'll keep, like, a corner. Like, a wall here, however, I am definitely going to need to expand it if I need to make it a 2x2 rather than just a 1x1. Also gonna need more slabs. Not too many more, just enough to, like, make it even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alrighty, let's see. Snow. Not entirely... You know, it might be good to get a few more blocks of snow. If anything else, it'll just be building blocks. Wait. I don't need to use water to get the mobs down there. I have enough snow that once my... Where is it? Where is the little guy? Somewhere over here I have, like, up... I know I have a... Here it is. This is a pumpkin seed. We can use it to create a snow golem. And when we do, the mobs will naturally be inclined to, like, attack it. So they're going to walk to the center and hopefully fall down. However, we might still go with the original plan because... Yeah, we're probably going to go with the original plan because, like, zombies and... Well, it'll work on zombies, however... Spiders are probably going to do some climbing shenanigans, and skeletons are just going to shoot it and die, and that's going to be a waste of a pumpkin. However, we might eventually just end up using it as a means of automatically killing mobs. Alright, I think that's it in terms of the tree farm for now. I'm gonna risk it, take the emergency sapling out of here and just place one right there. The chest kind of screws this up, but, you know, I'm gonna ignore that, it's fine. Actually, this entire thing is, like, a tad screwed up. Let's see. Alright, trees can grow on moss apparently, which is useful, I guess. Alright, this is the last tree I chopped down, then I'm going to finally work on my mob farm. Do need to get, like, at least one seed from you. Listen, after, like, going through a period where it was uncertain if I was going to have to do this playthrough without any wood, excuse me for being a bit, conservative of the resource. Alright, so... I think that's one too many. Or no, it should probably be around, like, the lip of the entire thing anyway. You know what, I don't feel like trying to work this out too much, so I am in fact just gonna tear down the existing structure. I may also just need, like, a bit more cobblestone. Gonna replace that. Alright, now we're just gonna do this in more of like a sped up montage fashion. But first things first, we are going to sleep. I know the half slabs are strange, but just you'll have to bear with me for the time being. Now, as for the reason I'm doing this, it comes down to like several things. And it can be like best viewed when thinking of what mobs exactly are going to be killed with this. Obviously, for like zombies, skeletons, whenever they die, they have a small chance of doing so with armor, some enchanted weapons, bows and arrows. However, this is a fairly unlikely thing to happen. However, if we look at zombies, they're going to be dropping a lot of rotten flesh, which, while not a great source of food, can be composted. Additionally, they have a chance to drop like carrots, potatoes, which is going to like greatly increase what we can make in terms of like crops, because at the moment we have very few seeds. Then if we look at skeletons, there's obviously bows and arrows. However, the bone meal they drop is going to let us like produce much more food. Then we have spiders, which is going to let us get a bunch of string, which we can use for wool, make more beds. Frick. I am now out of cobblestone. That is unfortunate to say the least. However, thankfully we do have an infinite source. Also, it does look like our pumpkin's coming along like quite nicely. At some point in the future I may move that elsewhere. Also, Alright, I'm gonna wait till like all of them grow and then I'm gonna chop them down. I can eat beetroots. Since I don't know how to make the stew, that's probably the best use for them. However, the most useful thing about this mob farm is it is going to create witches and zombie villagers. Now, obviously, a zombie villager can be cured using a golden apple and a weakness potion, and a weakness potion is one of the things that is thrown by a witch. So, with all this in mind, we're going to create this mob farm, and hopefully, everything works out for the best. Alright, we've got 2 more stacks of cobblestone. Looks like most of our trees are grown. We're going to wait a little bit longer for that. Regardless, it's time to make the long and arduous climb up here. And then we can continue building this thing. Also, I completely forgot how many blocks up I am currently, so I am just gonna count that real quick. Alright, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Alrighty, so not too many more. Hopefully our 2 stacks are going to be enough to finish the like tower section as well as get started on the box. Don't fall off the edge. Alrighty, here we go. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, unfortunately I ran out, however, I thankfully also realized this thing technically does not need corners, so we're just gonna grab a little bit from there. Alright, we're gonna sleep, make a new pickaxe, and then make our way back up there. You know what, I'm just gonna make like 2 pickaxes. It's not like I'm not gonna use them. You know what, we're also probably gonna sit at the cobblestone generator a while longer, get 2 more stacks. Alrighty, I've gone through quite a few pickaxes, and I think I finally have enough cobblestone to finish this monstrosity. However, first things first, I'm just going to chop all these down. And this does technically like reduce the amount of leaves and saplings that are produced by like putting all these trees on such a small area. However, we have so many of them that hopefully that isn't going to be a problem. So far we haven't had like a tree from these that's like too large to handle. Like I know as far as trees go, I think spruce trees are one of the largest, right behind jungle, and I think dark oak in most cases as well. Alrighty, however, yeah, we have like 64 of the logs alone. I think this is gonna be like more than enough wood for the time being. Alright, yeah, it's just the crafting table. I do need to be careful because trees are flammable, and even though it's not in like direct contact with the lava, Minecraft has like a funny way of making shit go wrong very quickly. So I'm just gonna like break a few of these as well, and hopefully that makes it so there is, you know, no fire. I think we're gonna get like, yeah, we're gonna get so much wood from this, we're gonna have to store some stuff in the chest. I can also finally stop lugging around like 2 axes in my inventory because one of them is inevitably going to break from this. Good to see like the tree on the moss still grew because I had my concerns about that. How many more? Alright, so there's only a few more. Let me just plant all these real quick. Actually, let's do it like this. That way the chest won't get in the way of the pattern. I know you're lava. Stop making noises because you're freaking me out. Alright, yeah, I think it's just the one more. Alright, and here we go. We're finally finished with all of that. Let's see. I think we should have enough saplings that we don't have to just wait around for more to fall. We can get started on the project right away. I stand corrected. We need like a few more. You know, I'm gonna build this. By the time I come down, there's gonna be more than enough saplings. Gonna get a few more. Alright, that was a close one. I didn't want to... that was interesting to say the least. And also, yeah, I'm just gonna put all these logs in the chest because at the moment I have quite a bit of cobblestone and it's cluttering up my inventory. Okay, do we have... Yeah, now that we've waited a few seconds, this should be more than enough saplings. There, perfect pattern. I don't think I want to, like, compress it any more than, like, a standard checkerboard, because at that point we do run the risk of, leaves not exactly dropping enough saplings. Alrighty. Because I fear phantoms. Alright, also some plants. I don't think those are fully grown yet, but this wheat is. And also our first pumpkin. Hopefully it just stays growing that way and doesn't become unpredictable messing with the rest of the crops. I have to figure out how to make soup because, like, at the moment just eating raw beetroots is not cutting it. Alright, now here comes the tricky part. Alright, we got one cactus from that at least. Now what about you? Oh, two. You know what, that's not terrible. That's probably the best we're gonna do until we can get a hopper collection system going. I'm just gonna, like, place a second chest and put more of my stuff in there. That's where we'll keep the emergency saplings and everything else for that matter. I would put the bucket in there, but we kinda need it to get up and down from here at the moment. Do need to be careful with sprinting up the waterfall because if I lose too much more hunger, that's no longer going to be an option. Alrighty, this has been thoroughly snowed over. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, I went out one too far there. Let me count over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alrighty, now I'm gonna do the same this way, and then just fill in the gaps. 2, 3. Right. One thing everyone should remember to do is just to, like, let me know y'all are enjoying this series by leaving a like on the channel, consider subscribing so you know whenever there's a new upload, so you can watch my pain as I misplace a block and then have to mine it with a shitty, very slow tool. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm obviously like joking a lot. I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't having fun and a good time. However, my voice is kind of monotone, so I always seem quite sarcastic, or I should say I am quite sarcastic, but because of the voice no one can tell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alrighty. Now it's just gonna be like filling this in, so we're probably gonna speed up the footage at least a little bit. Alrighty. We finished, well, we have not finished anything, we've just run out of cobblestone, so I'm just gonna mine this, head back down, and sit at the cobblestone generator for a few more minutes. You know, with hindsight being what it was, probably just should have made like a small dark box a bit of a ways away from the base, at least for the time being. However, due to the sunken cost fallacy, I need to keep going now. There's no turning back. I mean, look at this thing. I'm not tearing it all down and just making some small box. Alrighty, back to the grind. I could have been like a lot more conservative because none of these require corners. Alrighty. We've spent a very long time on this because I have a feeling y'all have been getting tired of me watching cobblestone, so hopefully after creating several pickaxes and running through all of them, we will never have to do so again. Alrighty, time to climb up here. Right, yeah, as I said before, the main platform at the bottom is done. So now what we're working on is... Now what we're working on is the several large walls around it. And I realize we're also going to have to make, like, the floor area, like, one higher. Or, and hear me out. Basically, I'm going to have to do some sort of thing in which water flows that way. And rather than, like, moving everything up one, I think I'll just, like, drop the water streams down one so the water actually stays where it's supposed to. Alright, now we just have the tiny section left here. And then I learned my lesson with, like, the corners of the tower and, like, the corners of the floor. Rather than, like... I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna ignore all of the corners, and hopefully that means I will have more than enough cobblestone for this. Alrighty, we have almost everything completed. Now we just need to do the water. Well, do the water, the trapdoors, eliminate all the torches, and set up a slit at the bottom so these guys can actually be hit. Crap. I just realized a lot of this could have probably been constructed with slabs, because if it's on the top block they should still be able to spawn, but yeah, it happens. Do need to be careful, because if I fall out of this thing I'm just going to... Well, it should be fairly obvious what is going to happen to me. And the reason I'm doing this, while it does decrease having water, the air, like, the amount of spawnable area there is for mobs, like, at the moment, they would just have to, like, wander into this hole and then, which is not very likely. However, with a strip of water here, 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 and here, all flowing into a center point, it greatly increases the places that, like, mobs can wander onto, and it actually moves them into the killing hole. Alright, so we just need to do 2 more of these, and then originally I was planning on taking the trapdoors, like, from the ship we found, I think it was 1 or 2 episodes ago. However, we have enough wood at this point that we can actually just craft them. I don't think it's going to be worth the journey all the way over there. Alright, let's see. Alright, this is the last one. The one part I do still need is I'm going to place this down, I'm going to get 1 more bucket of water, then I'll have an infinite source, and that should be everything. Alrighty, let's see here. Just gonna place that there, make the spot for the eventual infinite water source. Then just very quickly, gonna place that there, place that down, and then jump down the remaining water stream. Here we go. Pick up some extra cobblestone along the way. The reason I didn't mine down like the rest of the corners is that would be a tad too dangerous. Oh, you can open with leaves above it, that's nice. Now where is my absurd amount of wood? Right, here we go. Can harvest those cacti again, but at the moment the only thing I can use them for is going to be bone meal, so probably something I'll do next episode is start working on a composter. So yeah, 4 should be enough. Just in case it's not, I'll bring back the wood. Now, the reason we have trapdoors is normally mobs won't walk over a hole like this. However, if you have trapdoors, they'll think they can. Not sure if it's like truly 100% necessary with the water, but I'm gonna add it just in case, so like worst case scenario, it's a bit of redundancy. There we go. And if I did this right, yep, it stops at precisely the right point. There we go. Now I just have to repeat that for every area around the mob farm. Alrighty, one more and that should be it. Gonna place these here, then break them. Alrighty, last one. There we go. Now, so they don't fight against it, let's just put... Alright, yeah, this should work. Yeah, there we go. Alright, now we need to... Crap, I need to recreate the infinite water source because I need water to actually get down. Alrighty, that should be everything. Just gonna very quickly take out all of the torches. Later down the line, when we get magma blocks are... Wait, actually, we don't even need magma blocks. We can just create, like, a way to automatically kill them with, like, a... Ow. Oh, that... We're not gonna get those hearts back anytime soon. Regardless, hopefully, this monstrosity works.